Howdy friends, Steve DePoe here for the Rose Realty Team. Today's topic, the home buying process. Home buying process really only has about 10 steps. Don't panic. They're not that difficult and we're going to guide you through each one. So step one is the buyer pre-approval. That's when the buyer talks to their bank or their lending institution to determine their budget or their spend level. This is good for two reasons. Number one, it's always good to come, when you make an offer, it's always good to come to the table with a pre-approval or pre-qualification letter. It makes your position stronger. Number two, we don't want to be looking for houses up here where here's your budget is really down here. So buyer pre-approval is our first step. Second step is the buyer or buying checklist. What do you want to see in a house? Do you want a specific area? Do you want 3 bedrooms or 4 bedrooms? Do you want a pool, a 3-car garage, a 2-car garage, 2-story, 1-story, etc.? We also break this down into two components, the must-haves. So you have to have 3 bedrooms. 4 would be nice, but you must have 3. That's a must-have. And then a nice-to-have, a pool would be nice to have, but you don't necessarily need it. So we create a buyer checklist, and then we break it down into must-haves and like-to-haves. Then we do a home search. I'll get online, I'll do a search for you, and we'll pull up maybe 10 to 15, maybe 20 houses that kind of fit your criteria. And then you're going to pick out maybe 4, 5, 6 houses out of that criteria that you want to see based upon pictures and specifications and what the house looks like in pictures and online. Well, I'll even do a video tour if you're interested. We can do that prior to going out looking at the house. Then I'm going to schedule tours. So there's a tool that we use here in North Texas where we schedule tours of homes. I'm going to schedule a tour and then we're going to go out and take a look at the house in person. Then you're going to pick out one of those. Then you pick out one of those houses, and you say, "Hey, this is the one we want." And then we're going to create and present an offer. Now, I'm going to give you a market analysis to say this house should be worth this, and then you're going to determine based upon the list price, based upon your budget from the first step, how much you're going to offer for that house. We're going to put together a package, and then I'm going to take it to the listing agent and say, these people here, my clients, want to buy this house, and here's the reason why they should be your number one choice. Once both sides agree, we might go back and forth a little bit on negotiations. We might determine that this is included. You want the lawn furniture included, or you want to make sure that this is repaired, etc. When both sides agree and sign off on the contract, that's what's called an executed contract. It's a form that real estate lawyers in Texas and the Texas Real Estate Commission has agreed on. They're called promulgated forms. And once each side kind of signs off on it and we date it, then it becomes an executed contract and a legal binding document. Then you're going to order a home inspection. Don't worry, we have inspectors that we can recommend for you. But you're going to do a home, and we're going to pay for and order a home inspection. Now, the home inspection kind of looks behind the scenes. They're going to look at the water heater and make sure the appliances like the dishwasher work and like the HVAC system's in good shape and that the roof, is not going to leak, etc. All things that us mere humans, mere mortals, can't determine, can't decipher. We're going to hire a licensed home inspector, licensed by the state of Texas, and they're going to come out and they're going to do a home inspection for you. And they're going to give you a list of things that they feel should be repaired on the house. Okay. And then we're going to negotiate back and forth. I'm going to negotiate with the listing agent and to say, we want these things repaired. They're going to say, no, we'll only do these 6. I'll say, okay, we want these 7. And then we're going to agree on a list of home repairs coming out of the home inspection. Now, during that process, what I'm negotiating for you is a homeowner's warranty. Now, what that is look, the home inspector, even though he's licensed and he's a professional, can't predict the future. So what we don't want is the day you move in for the dishwasher to go under Fritz, right? And so what we're going to do is I'm going to negotiate a homeowner's warranty for you, paid for the first year by the seller. And this is like basically an insurance policy on the stuff in the house so that the water heater doesn't, if the water heater breaks, it's paid for. If the dishwasher breaks, it's paid for, et cetera. And so to make sure that you're protected against these unforeseen instances. Then you're going to go out and search for homeowners insurance. That's in case of catastrophe. So in case of fire or flood or hail, we never have hail in North Texas, do we? But it's for hail and fire and those kinds of things. Okay, and so you're going to go out and you're going to search for home insurance, like from a company like Liberty Mutual, for example. And if you've got questions about where to go to, we can give you a bunch of good names of people to talk to. Then we come to closing. Closing closing is the final step in the process. Now, we started out with pre-approval when you told your bank, "Hey, I'm going to buy this house," and now by this time all your paperwork's in line. The listing agent has done their work to make sure all of the seller's paperwork's in line. I've done all the work to make sure your paperwork's in line, and now we go to closing. We go to closing at a title company, and the title company has got all this paperwork together. You're the buyer, so it's going to take you about an hour or so to sign all the paperwork, to tell the bank to wire your money to them, et cetera, back and forth. And then when your money gets wired to the title company, that's what's called funding. And at that point, the house is yours. I hope that helped a little bit to explain the home buying process. I'm Steve DePoe with the Rose Realty Team. I'm going to bounce on out of here.